Hello, campus testing coordinators. This is just a small informational video to help you in preparation of next week's STAAR interim. Just so you know that all procedures are going to mimic that of beginning of the year, as far as adding a student, checking their PNPs, adding their PNPs, creating test sessions, printing test tickets will all be the same except for a couple of little items, which I'm going to review over in just a second. So starting with adding a student. So the upload occurred in late August for your beginning of year, and then you went ahead and added students. So there will be a slight difference in student eligibility. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So you're going to come over to Tide. And again, you're going to verify all of your students' information, making sure that your students that are testing interim are there. And everyone should be there because there was an upload made, like I said, late August. However, if you need to add a student, the steps will be the same except for one slight difference, and that's located here. When you add the student, okay, you will be required now to add their demographics. I know for beginning of year, we said do not add the demographics, and then we went ahead and uploaded those demographics. But if this is a new student, you're gonna have to input those demographics for them here, okay? So this is the area we're gonna upload those demographics, race and ethnicity as well. And the difference for adding a student is here in eligibility. So for beginning of year, you went and selected which test they were eligible for, okay? But then since this is interim, you're going to go ahead and move up just a slight bit to the interim off-grading testing. And this is where you're going to turn on which interim test they are eligible for. So if it's Algebra 1, Bio, English 1, whichever one it is, you're just going to turn this on here. You're also going to turn on the test format for them because, again, these students were not captured in the upload, and they are new, so you need to turn on their test format. So if they are taking bio, you're going to just have to capture that, making sure that everybody is in the online format, okay? And then, of course, their PNPs. You're going to add their PNPs. If this is a student that was uploaded, and PNPs need to be verified and then need to be changed. This is where you'll be changing them in the test attributes section. So making sure that you turn on any PNPs that were recently changed, perhaps in an ads form or what have you. However, the PNPs that were uploaded were those that were uploaded, like I said, in late August, early September. So those just need to be verified. So please make sure that you do that and that you click on save, okay? So the same thing will go for actually creating those test sessions. So let's go ahead. Well, before I go into another part, you're gonna print the test tickets just like you did last time, okay, from student list. And y'all did a great job with handling that, so I'm not going to review that. But next, I'm going to go into the creating a session. You're going to do the exact same thing. However, please note, we are leaving it up to the campuses how they want to pick up their students that were absent for that day or remote conferencing. But we are, sticking to that timeline on the calendar. So there's just those designated days for interim, so it's up to you. So you might want to create a test session for the week, and therefore you can manage your remote conferencing students and your absent students at your campus level. So when you create your test session, I do want to just pinpoint the naming convention. So I'm going into the CTC PowerPoint here, and let me see. Naming convention will be as follows. Please note that you will be using your campus database name or your IRIS name in all caps, followed by the grade being tested. And for you, it's not the grade, it's actually the subject and the type of test. So for example, at LBJ, my naming convention goes as follows. It will be LBJ English 1 because that's what my English 1 naming convention should look like in all caps, followed by the name of the assessment, which is interim, okay? So for my 9th grade, I'll just be adding 09 to my test session ID, okay? So make sure all names are capitalized. Also, just note here, I believe it's slide 23, that shows me the difference when I am adding a student under the student eligibility section. So I'm going to be going to 2 areas to turn on that EOC, which is interim off grading and test format. Okay. Next, I'm going to just show you more or less where all your resources are located. So if you come to the student assessment website, there is a tab here for STAAR interim. And the calendar is here showing you your interim. So you are doing English 1 and English 2 and algebra the week of October 4th through the 8th. And if I scroll down, here are your resources for interim. So this first folder is just your blueprints for your STAAR interim, followed by your oaths for you, the campus coordinator, for the destruction of test tickets, and for your teacher. So those 3 documents right here, document 1, document 2, and document 3, will all come back to us once you're finished testing. You will see an assignment in Google Classroom to submit that. You will also find here your educator guide and 2 PowerPoints, one for your campus testing coordinator and one for your test administrator. And the test administrator pretty much just describes STAAR interim, and it pretty much just gives them screenshots of what they'll be seeing once the test has been launched by the student. Okay, so all these resources are there for you. This recording is also going to be located there on the student assessment website right under the resources. So at this time, if there are well, you can't ask me questions here, but if you have any questions, you can call us, shoot us an email or a text. We're happy to help you, assist you with anything, but pretty much everything goes the same as it did with beginning of year. So making sure that, you know, those test session IDs are not written on the test ticket, that perhaps they're written on the board, or some of you created a separate sheet of paper that was picked up immediately, which was really great. So please call. Don't hesitate to ask questions of how things can be done, you know, in a more effective way. And hopefully all goes well. Happy testing next week. Have a good one.